This is the plaintiff, Shayla Edmonds. She says the defendant hired her band to perform at her venue. She signed the contract, but the defendant refused to give her a copy. She had rehearsed for the gig. All her musicians were psyched to perform. But if she didn't get paid by the defendant, she'd be on the hook to pay all her musicians. And that was a risk she just could not take. She's suing the defendant for the $2,000 performance fee she was promised. This is the defendant, Angela. She says she books bands where she works, and she booked the plaintiff's band. Being that it's a large corporation, it takes time to get contracts signed, and the plaintiff simply freaked out and lost patience. She assured the flaky musician she was set to perform and would be paid and would get a signed contract prior to the performance. But the woman up and canceled on her 3 days prior to the event. Now, she wants to be paid and is suing? Ha! She's accused of taking her sweet time.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
How do I pronounce your first name?
Shayla.
Shayla Edmonds. You are suing Angela. You've asked us not to refer to your last name or the name of the business. Angela, you're here in a representative capacity. You are what for that business?
I'm a manager for entertainment and events.
Okay. You are suing the company she works for $2,000, a performance fee that you did not get because, according to you, they did not show and they canceled. According to you, they breached the contract. Tell me what happened.
On November 25th, after a great performance for one of the Neiman Marcus stores, I emailed.
So you had a great performance at Neiman Marcus.
Yes.
Did you tape it?
No.
Okay, so you sent out, how were your emails going to get you business?
I have a website.
Oh, okay.
And the
was
videos,
it on the website?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
they could hear, the point is they could hear the great performance. What
Yes.
kind of music?
It's a Motown review.
Motown review. Oh,
Yes.
I so want to go. All right. So you sent out you reached out and
Yes.
and her business was one of the people, her venue is one of the people who called you.
That's right.
All right. And so how did the discussion take place?
We just communicated by email. She asked me all the pertinent questions, how many in the band, how much, and all this. And then she sent me a contract. She offered me a date on November 27th of January 9th of 2014, and she sent me a contract.
When did she send you the contract?
She sent me the contract on November 27th.
Oh, that is, okay. Go ahead.
And between November 27th and December 2nd, I looked over the contract, found a few mistakes, which we amended without any problem. But on page
Wait,
4,
who's we amended?
Angela and I.
Okay, meaning what? You would call her and say, I want to change this? Or
No, it was all by email. There was she made a mistake on the time, the performance time, the amount of money, and the breaks that we were supposed to have during the performance.
Okay.
So I amended all of that on the contract, which I initialed and sent back to her.
And all that took the 5 days?
Yes.
Okay.
So for between November 22nd, then on December 2nd.
22nd or 27th?
27th.
Okay.
27th.
So on December 2nd.
December 2nd, I sent her the contract, but on the contract it states on page 4 that a copy will be returned to you with all the signatures upon acceptance of the contract. So I faxed the contract.
Let me see the contract that you faxed. Do you have a copy of it?
Yes.
And do you have a copy of it?
I do.
May I see it?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, go on.
Okay, so on December 2nd, I faxed her the contract, and you have also the receipt of the proof of the receipt of the contract. And then on December 12th, I emailed her asking when I could receive a copy of her signature, her signed contract, and she denies that she ever received the contract. So I resent her the confirmation, which I sent after I faxed
The confirmation or the contract?
the confirmation of the fax. When I faxed her back the contract, I emailed her to say, is everything all right on the contract? Please confirm. And she says everything, she emailed me back saying everything is confirmed, and she received the contract.
Okay, that was on what date?
That was on December 2nd.
Okay.
So after that, I never got a response after she said that after I resent the confirmation, she never responded to that. Only verbally, when I caught her on the phone one time, she says that She did receive the contract, but a signed contract was not necessary from her. It was just that she needed all my information, so they would have my information for the pay.
She say that on the phone or by
yes,
email?
on the phone.
Okay.
That the contract was, her signed contract wasn't necessary. So I called friends of mine that I knew, other artists that performed there, and they said they received they worked through an agent, but their agent received a signed contract.
Can I interrupt you, Your Honor?
No.
Okay.
So, so from December 13th, from December 26th, I heard nothing, whereas before I had been getting immediate responses to my emails every time I emailed her. So the emails started getting really stagnant. And so by December 26th, I emailed her saying, if I don't hear from you, I'm going to cancel because I need a guarantee that we are going to get paid. So from December 26th to January 6th, I still hadn't heard anything. So January 6th, I says, okay, we don't have the contract.
You mean you're emailing her and she's not answering you?
Right. And on January 6th, I told her I'm financially responsible for my band and the singers. We had rehearsals. I went to the venue personally to see the stage and spent money on the train to see the stage and, just so I'd know where I would be. And I canceled a temp job that I do in between gigs sometimes. And I says, I can't take the chance of having this financial obligation to my musicians without knowing that I'm going to get that amount of money. It's not in writing, so I canceled. And we were on the calendar.
And did she respond to that email?
Yes, she says, okay, I'm not canceling you. You're taking yourself off the calendar. And
Yeah, but did she mention why she hadn't answered any of the other emails?
Not at all, no.
So the last email you got from her, did she ever say in writing, we don't need to sign it?
No, and I asked her, I sent an email to her asking her to do that. I said, I've only gotten a verbal agreement from you, and if you can send me that in writing, that I don't need your signature, then I'll go
And
for
did
it.
she answer that email in
No,
writing?
no.
What's going on?
So, Your Honor, I'm responsible for a lot of things at the venue, and I get a lot of phone calls from bands every day. I can't be on my email constantly. And I did
You were on your
acknowledge-
email constantly beforehand.
You know what? There are days where I'm sitting
How about
there.
if you just do it when somebody wants a copy of the signed contract?
Well, as she mentioned before, there are bands, and for the most part, when I book a band, I book through an agency. The agency themselves sends them a contract. It's not a contract from
I'm
my
sorry,
venue.
where's the agency get the signed contract?
The agency sends me a listing of bands that they have performing, what days they're coming, and the times that they'll be performing, and then I
somebody on your
process the
side
payment
signs
to
it.
them.
Right, and somebody on your side signs that contract.
But it doesn't happen automatically. Sometimes they don't get it until 2 days before the bands are performing. Okay, but they do get their money.
I'm sorry, listen, I'm a simple woman, Angela, okay?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So can the band sue the defendant for not getting the money for the gig?
I don't think that they have any legal rights.
Why?
Because they had no written contract signed.
I know, but the defendant kept saying, I will get you a contract, but you're hired.
The band should have never entrusted them. They had no signed contract or nothing that legalized it.
I know, but weren't they led on by this defendant?
They were led on, but that doesn't mean that they should be paid money for that.
Interesting. I didn't know it would be a clean sweep going inside the courtroom.
You hired them November 27th.
Yes.
Okay. How is it that on January what?
6th.
You can't get a signature? The woman is emailing you, and your answer is, I can't read my email every day? That's your business.
That's what I said to her. What I said to her, it was the week before Christmas, the week before New Year's Eve is when she kept calling me. I'm responsible for a New Year's Eve party with 10,000 people.
So you didn't check your email for a whole week, or you ignored her?
I checked sporadically, but I did not have time. I didn't have an assistant at the time, so I was doing everything on my own. If, Your Honor, we put her name on the calendar that went out to over 100,000 people, why would she be listed on my calendar if she's not performing at the venue?
No, you don't get it. I think you do get it, actually, but you think I don't get it.
No.
See, here's the thing. If I'm a business person and I am contracting with you, you are no better than anybody else who signs a contract. Sign the darn contract and send it back to them. What's the problem?
There's no problem. It's not
There
me.
is a
It's
problem.
not myself that signs it. It goes to my boss, and I can't.
What's your boss doing with his or her hand that they can't sign it?
No, but I can't give her contracts every time one comes in. At one point
I
of the
don't
month,
understand. You're contracting the band to go there. You sent her a written contract.
Yes.
The contract says a signed and executed copy will be sent to you as soon as it's accepted, which sounds like, well, then it's not accepted yet. I guess accepted means when they sign it. because otherwise it would be valid from the beginning. Then the woman tells you, look, I'm getting nervous. At least send me an email.
I called her.
Confirming. Your call can't be used against you because you'll deny it in court.
Okay.
It's simple. You're a businesswoman.
Your
all
Honor.
right? I don't understand.
Your Honor.
Why wouldn't you guys, at a minimum, I can't be expected to read all my email in 3 weeks. Come on. That's your job.
Your Honor,
No, you listen to me a second.
Okay.
It's your job.
Yes, it is my
no,
job.
No, I'm not done speaking. I did take a breath, which might have led you to believe that I was done with my sentence, but I wasn't.
Sorry.
So listen to me. She starts emailing you way earlier. It's not like she got impatient in one day on Christmas Eve and you were busy, all right? This is your job. I hear from a lot of bands, I can't be expected to respond to all of them. No, don't respond to the new ones. Just respond to the ones who have been telling you all along, I need a signed copy.
I did.
All you need to do is send her an email saying, I promise you, here it is in writing that you're going to get paid or something like that. Let me see what you did, because I haven't seen that in evidence
I said,
yet.
I apologize for the delay. I'm off until Wednesday. I will get you a signed contract upon my return on
and
Thursday.
did you?
On Thursday.
Wait, stop. And did you?
That's when she sent me the email saying she was canceling the date.
No.
And I have a copy of the
Why
voided
didn't you just
check.
send her a signed contract then?
Because I wasn't in. I was off until Wednesday.
Why didn't you get the person whose hand is supposed to sign it to send the signed
My
contract?
boss is not going to send the contract.
No.
She's responsible for a whole venue.
Does your boss have a secretary?
She does.
Okay, so why don't you call your boss and say, we got a problem with this band, can you just sign it, have your secretary say, why is it so hard for you? Why is it not hard for everybody else? And then you kept her on the calendar, and then, so there were all kinds of fans, I suppose, of your people who think that you're performing, and then you're not performing. Angela, it's not that hard. People do this every day. They sign a contract and they send it back. You guys had weeks and weeks and weeks. Why did you guys not do your job?
Your Honor, I did my part of my job. I handed in my paperwork.
Okay, well then I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I won't make you pay her personally. You see, here's the problem that I have to be careful of.
Right.
First of all, let me tell you the problem she has to be. First of all, I'm sure your band was mighty angry at you.
Devastated. Sure.
Right.
Yes.
Upset her, and they really were looking forward to it, and angry at you, maybe.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they backed you. I don't know if they backed you. But she doesn't want to get stuck paying her people, which happens. Okay? And I know that you're a big venue that you don't want me to name. And I know that you think everybody should just trust you because you're a big venue. But maybe not. Maybe she's been burned a few times and she doesn't want to dig deep into her pocket to pursue her passion. Maybe she just wants you to do your job. The collective you, where you work. Okay? So if she did her job, and she gave you guys 3.5 weeks to do more than that, a month, to do your job before she finally said, look, forget it. More than a month.
Exactly. Yeah.
More than a month to get a signature. Really?
I've
got to tell you, that hand is a heavy hand.
I hand in the whole month altogether.
Okay.
So that's what happens.
Well, you know what? Sometimes when you see that somebody has a hair in their bonnet, a bee in their bonnet, the hair would be a different expression. Somebody has a bee in their bonnet, then maybe somebody in the big corporation has to stand up, lift their bottom from their chair, walk over to the boss's office, put this in front of him and say, sign this one now. Then walk over. Maybe you can scan an email yourself. If you think it's beneath you, walk over to that. That's not my job. We got a department for that. Then let that department that scans an email send it back. Why is this so hard? Look, this happens every day in this business. That side ends up getting nailed when they don't bring in enough people. When all of a sudden, and then, granted, that is usually in the smaller venues, but no. She doesn't want it to happen again. You guys didn't do your job. She didn't breach. You did. And your corporation that apparently can't figure out how to do this is going to pay them $2,000 plus your court costs. Verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
So here comes a defendant out here. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm finished with my sentence. I'm going to breathe. Now you can talk.
I just think that every time someone sends me a contract, I book for the whole year. I need to...
No signed contract, no work.
The contract was signed by her part.
Did she get it?
She did not get it in the timely fashion that she wanted it back.
No work.
I'm sorry. She was on my calendar for a month. I had a lot of angry guests that night. They came to see them, and they weren't there.
What does she care? I mean, she was on the contract, but she didn't know she was going to get paid.
Gotcha. Well, you know what? It is what it is. You know what?
You get it, right?
It is what it is.
Say you get it before you leave.
No, because...
You don't get it. All right. All right, come on in here. He doesn't get it. Do you get it?
I get it
What
totally,
is it?
200%. I tell you, you don't take a chance doing a venue that large without a contract. They can easily get you for it, and you have no guarantee to get paid. I can't take that chance anymore. And I hope this is a message to every artist out there who is desperate for work, who think they don't need a contract. Get that contract.
Shayla, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, Army.
Okay, short and sweet. If you get an email from somebody in the middle of a deal and you ignore that email and it's important and it's something that a reasonable person would have responded to, I'm telling you, it can get you in a lot of trouble if it ends up in a lawsuit. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.